Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance, and today I'm going to be talking to you about, can you eat too much protein? Now, why am I asking that question today? I'm very much pro-protein. I'm all for it. Eat more protein is what I tell basically every client. General population, athlete, old, young, it doesn't matter. I tell basically everyone under the sun to eat more protein because I am personally yet to come across anybody that eats too much. But what spurred this in the first place? This morning, while I was getting ready, watching some clips off of YouTube, having an omelet, all of a sudden this clip from The Daily Show popped up. So let's watch it together.
Can you eat too much protein?
Oh, 100% Whit.
And then what happens?
So it can be like a real stress on your kidneys. You can have a risk for cardiovascular disease. You can actually have higher cholesterol. It really is not fantastic when you go above what your body needs.
The thing that I worry about the most with too much protein is it can put stress on the liver and the kidneys and cause digestive issues.
All right, so now let's digest and dissect what those two commentators said. The first one was talking about kidney issues, heart disease from high cholesterol, and the second one was primarily talking about liver issues. Now let's take a look at both of these commentators. One overconsumes calories in general, most likely too many carbs because it sounds like she's afraid of protein. And the second one looks emaciated and should probably consume more protein and calories in general. Yes, I'm going based purely off the eye test for this. Why ABC and any other news source is going to keep bringing in these people with fear-mongering stuff and asking them, can you eat too much protein? And they say stuff like this without context and nuance is really starting to piss me off. Now, I will answer this. Can you eat too much protein? Yes, but, and it's a big but, like we're talking bigger than J-Lo but here. You have to be consuming more than 4 grams per kilogram of body weight, or 2.5 grams per pound of body weight. Think about that. If you're 100 kilos or you're a 200-pound man, you gotta be eating 400 grams of protein. Now, last time you were at the grocery store, you probably noticed beef's expensive, chicken's expensive, pork's expensive, fish is expensive, even eggs have gotten more expensive. So what are the odds you're gonna be able to afford to eat 400 grams of protein every day? I'm gonna put it as less than 1% of people need to worry about that, just on face value. Now, are there people who need to worry about over-consuming protein? Yes. And the points that they raised without the nuance are valid in this case. If you have kidney issues, especially issues with filtration of nitrogen, that's where you need to be conscious of over-consuming protein. But even then, you can still consume optimal amounts. If you have liver disease, you have a small thought process in terms of having to worry about over-consuming protein. But what you should be more worried about for the most part is over-consuming carbs, over-consuming unsaturated fatty acids, over-consuming alcohol, over-consuming on other toxic stuff we put in our body, whether it's smoking or inactivity. And the third one that they had said was heart disease and high cholesterol. This one rubs me the wrong way. Protein itself does not impact cholesterol. There's no cholesterol with it. Protein has a nitrogen bond. It is basically just a carbon-formed backbone. There is no cholesterol with it. Cholesterol comes from fatty foods. So red meat and meats, yes, that will come with cholesterol and fatty acids. But there's a big caveat here. You have to take a look at the type that's coming into your body. If you're getting cholesterol from eggs, you don't really have to worry. That's been debunked time and time again. And I'm tired of having to debunk that to people. Oh, eggs have cholesterol. Yeah, but guess what? It doesn't impact your cholesterol levels unless you're completely inactive and you're over-consuming calories in general. Cholesterol coming from animal meats. You still don't really have to worry unless you're still, again, over-consuming calorically and putting on fat mass. That's when you really got to start worrying about it. Animal-based cholesterol and from eggs is going to be typically higher density lipoproteins that you take in. The issue really arises with low density lipoproteins, which really start to pump through our blood system as we add on more and more fat to our body. We add on fat because we overconsume calorically. We add on fat because our blood sugars are on a roller coaster, which then causes fat mass to increase. So how do we prevent that? We don't overconsume calorically. What's one of the fastest ways we can prevent ourselves from overconsuming calories? Eating optimal amounts of protein, because of a few things. One, it satiates you. It keeps you full longer. Two, it's hard to digest. We have a thermic effect of food. When you eat meat, you might notice you feel a little warmer. That's that thermic effect of food. It takes a lot of work for your body to break down the meat into the proteins, into its individual amino acids, which then get absorbed. So it takes time and energy for that to happen. So just with that, oh, look, you're not really going to be using the protein in terms of adding calories. It's almost like it's calorically negative because your body uses so much energy. Next, that protein is then going to be used to build your immune system. It's going to be used to rebuild muscle tissue. It's going to be used to rebuild other bodily tissues, because that's what protein is. It's the building block of bodily tissues and antibodies first and foremost. Then it's used for different enzymes and whatnot in the body. You need to get all of your essential amino acids as well. Easiest way to do that? Animal-based proteins and eggs. You don't really get it from any of the plant-based sources. Now, this is all coming because all these different companies these days are adding protein into their products. You got protein pancakes, protein muffins, you got protein Starbucks, you got protein cereals out there. But they're all putting in really low quality proteins that lack all the essential amino acids. They only have a few. So this is what really pisses me off about segments like this on the news, where they get on there and they fearmonger. Oh, if you have too much protein, your kidneys are going to fail. You have too much protein, your heart's going to stop. Oh, your liver is going to have issues. The only people who need to worry about it are those who have underlying health conditions. You got kidney disease, you got liver disease, you got heart issues, you got any underlying health condition that has to do with the metabolism, the breakdown, and the digestion of protein. You need to be speaking with your medical professional as well as a nutrition expert that understands that health condition. Stop listening to the news. Go and speak to people who actually know this. That's what really pisses me off about these fear-mongering segments. When I saw this morning, it made my blood boil for a minute, because that type of misinformation spreads faster than the truth will. We got to get past that. That's everything for this video. I just want to hop on, knock this one out, and say, stop worrying about over-consuming protein, because 99% of you don't, and less than half of you even get adequate amounts, and less than 75% of you that I've ever seen get optimal amounts of protein. So go have a steak, go have some fish, go have a protein shake. Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.